Enough is enough. Oh boy, what a beautiful day. Look at here. It's not so hot. It's not so hot here. Beautiful day. Beautiful day to make a video. Hope you guys are having a great day. All right, enough is enough. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by enough is enough? You know, I just made a video about, hey, don't marry a young Filipina and bring her to the U.S. Not because she's a bad person, it's just the environment that you're gonna pluck her out of one in the Philippines. You bring her to the U.S. and all kinds of stuff breaks loose, right? Guy starts talking. Women starts talking. Grocery store clerk starts talking. Your attorney starts talking. Their dentist starts talking. Your doctor starts talking. Man, a lot of times I don't even know what they're talking about. I don't care what they're talking about, but the problem is your Filipina is listening to what they're talking about, and that's where the problem is. But enough about the last video, okay? Enough about the last video. The video that I want to make is, so what caused me to go to the Philippines? You know, I don't want to just spend the whole time talking about Filipino women. What caused me to go to the Philippines to start dating young women in the first place? The second subject that I love to talk about the most. American women. I just love talking about women. And nothing against American women. And nothing against Filipino women. It's just my relationship in general, right? I mean, I had the best of both worlds. I had a beautiful wife. I had 3 beautiful wives. One of them I was like 18, 19 years old, so I don't count that. I really don't. That was a tough time. You're 18 years old. You're going to school and you get a girl pregnant, and what do, right? Well, you do the right thing. That's the only thing that I could say. I tried to do the right thing and it just didn't work out. We have a beautiful daughter out of that relationship. The mother and I were still good friends. We don't stay in contact that much, but I'm very close to my daughter and my 4 grandkids. My second wife, although she was a Filipina, but she grew up in the U.S. My last wife, she was just as beautiful. I was very fortunate to have her. I've got 2 beautiful daughters out of that. 2 beautiful daughters. I remember saying that, hey, I'm a grandfather now. Remember that? You know, people think that we go to the Philippines, we're grandfathers and we're so old and we're dating these young women. Well, I was in America. I was already a grandfather. My ex-wife wanted to have children, and I really was against it. But before you know it, we got 2 beautiful girls. I mean, I'm just blessed to have them. My life changed again once those kids came out. But it also changed again when she decided that our marriage was not worth saving. I still can't figure it out, but it's not my place to figure it out anymore. It's almost 20 years. Are you ready to bring that Filipina to America? Are you looking for that spousal visa? Or do you need help with that spousal visa? Or do you need help with that fiance visa? I actually tried to bring a Filipina to America at one time, and it was just very complicated, very complicated. A lot of paperwork, And if you mess it up, you got to start all over again. And there's a day service that I would recommend. So if you need assistance, I would check out Filipina Visa and let them take care of you. There's a link down below. Check it out and let me know how it's going with your visa situation. What am I trying to say about this video? Women in general are just women. It doesn't matter where you are or who you're dating. Filipino women, they're gonna get fidgety, especially when they start dating an old man. American women, they get fidgety. I was already old when I married my young, beautiful bride in the U.S. I can't say that my ex-wife in the U.S. went from one environment to another. I'll share this with you. It was during the market adjustment, the real estate market adjustment. And as I look back, I thought that maybe I was struggling financially, that she felt like it was time to move on. Or maybe I wouldn't spend enough time with her and she decided to move on. And we talk about how Filipinas leave their men and then we get all pissed off. You know, we did this for her, we did that, and now she left us. You hear it on the video all the time. But American women could be just as vicious, and they listen to other people talk. I remember one of the comments, I was in my office and she came in and says, "Hey Sam, you're broke." And I was like, where'd that come from? I wasn't broke, but the market was crashing. You know, broke to me is, you know, you have no money. You know, you have broke. You have zero money. Well, the market was crashing, but I still had real estate. I still had assets. I still had money. And what about the comment when she said, "Hey, you're always thinking about money. That's all you do. You work 24/7. All you do is think about money." I was like, well, I was making money for our family. Oh, you weren't home you weren't home during Christmas, and you weren't home for one of the birthdays. Why? Well, because I was working. You see what I'm driving at? When a woman is ready to check out, whether she's influenced by someone else or the people around her, she's gone. I remember a friend of mine, when we first started going to the Philippines, he wanted to marry this Filipina. He wanted to marry her because he fell in love with her. Family was against it. You know, oh my gosh, you're so much older than her. And you heard about those Filipinos, you know, they come to America and all they want to do is get that green card, and you got to watch out. You got to watch out. And guess what? He asked me, you know, "Hey Sam, you're going to the Philippines and you're looking for a Filipina bride. What do you think about what my family are saying?" And this is what I said to him. I said, listen. I was married for about 7 years, or 6 or 7 years. The most beautiful woman that I've ever met, the sweetest woman that I've ever met. We were clicking. I mean, she knew everything about me. I knew everything about her. I just thought we were doing great. We had 2 beautiful little daughters. I came home one day from work and she says, "Hey, I'm leaving you." I said, "Well, where are you going?" I'm thinking, you know, she's going to she loved going to get her hair done. And I said, "You going to the beauty shop or something?" Or, No. "I'm leaving you." And I said, "You mean like separation or something?" I'll call it whatever you want. "I'm leaving you. And I'm taking the kids." That was it. That's all she said. That was it. She was gone. And this is what I told my friend. And I think it makes a lot of sense. He's about 20 years older than his Filipino bride. He wanted to marry her. He wanted to bring her to the U.S. Remember, I just made a video about don't bring your bride to the U.S. But do you remember when I mentioned that there was a couple of people that was very successful with their relationship? He was one of them. And this is my advice to him. I still remember it. And I said, all right. And he was a great friend of mine. We were best friends. His name is Ray. I said, Ray, listen. You know that I love my ex-wife, right? He goes, yeah. You guys had a great relationship. We had 2 beautiful kids. And we were financially very, very stable. I'll just say that. We weren't the richest kid on the block. We weren't the richest family on the block. Not the poorest either. We were together for 6 or 7 years, and it was a beautiful marriage. It was really nice. It's a crazy, wild, beautiful marriage. And we got 2 beautiful kids out of it. What's the difference between her leaving me when she came home one day and say, hey, Sam, I'm leaving you. I'm taking the kids. Then if you married this Filipina and 5 or 6 years later, she goes, hey, Ray, I'm going to leave you. I'm finished. I got my green card. Got my citizenship. I'm out of here. What's the difference? When the girl is gone, she's gone. When she's checked out, the lights is on, but there's nobody home, she's gone. I said, Ray, go after her. Because he saw what happened to me in my relationship in the U.S. with a Caucasian woman. There is no difference between an American woman when she's ready to leave you and a Filipina when she's ready to leave you. There's no difference. I don't care how old they are. When they're ready to go, they're ready to go. Well, the number one thing that I would recommend when you look at a girl that you're in love with, it's not the color of her skin. It's the content of her character. Someone's meant that before. I heard that comment before. I think that's my biggest advice to you. You know when someone's in love with you. When you have that warm and fuzzy feeling deep down inside of your gut. And vice versa. If you see her start doing some crazy stuff, I don't care how beautiful she is. And I don't care about if she's light-skinned, dark-skinned, morena, Caucasian. It doesn't matter. I would run. I would get out of that fire pit as quick as possible. I think that's probably the number one thing that I would recommend. The content of her character. Her moral compass. Not for me, but for her. What is that? Double standards again? Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye. Link down below if you're ready to bring your Filipina to America. I do recommend Filipina visa for all your spousal and fiance visa help. There's a link down below. Check it out and let me know how it went.